Tonight I'm talking with my friend Matheus. Okay, so for you who don't know, Matheus and I have been working together for the last, if I'm not mistaken, 5 years already.
Yes.
I remember I came to you recommended by your father, right?
Right.
That was a big surprise. And I remember that you got surprised the first time you came to class, and I asked about your expectations and everything. Do you remember what you told me?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember exactly what I told you, but it was probably something like I was expecting someone, wearing a suit, maybe something like that.
That is something I never wear. but then it was fun. We linked immediately, I guess. It was really cool. And then for some time, we did some regular classes, right?
Yes.
And then after, I guess, a year and a half doing regular classes, we started taking some business cases studies from ACU, Abilene Christian University. And then we started our business English kind of classes. So I would like you to tell us how the transition from regular English classes to the business case studies, how that changed your level of English communication.
Okay, so basically helped much more with work because conversation is always talking about family, soccer, music, and I think that I already had a good level. I could speak, not naturally, but in a good way. But I didn't have this knowledge when talking about business conversations. And when you try to introduce a project or to present a project, all this kind of communication. So for me actually was a pretty big footstep towards the being more natural during this kind of meetings, being able to present. It actually helped a lot last year. Wait a minute. Yes, last year, on the end of 2020, when we had a global meeting by Skype. So I think it was a good strategy moving towards this more focus on business communication.
Mm-hmm. Then recently we worked on some presentation preparation classes. You had some big moments in the company where you were selected to present data, right?
Yes.
And we did this presentation classes to prepare you for the real thing. How would you say that this kind of really customized classes, how do they impact when you go into the real life, you go into the real routine?
So I think it would be easier to say that before we had this class, I was trying to build this kind of presentations in a totally different way, and probably would get wrong, because I was trying to load with a lot of information, trying to, show work. So, but after this kind of class, I could, make more clean presentations, prepare myself, okay, I need to know this, I need to know that, and if he asked me, I know how to say it, how to introduce or how to explain the team. So it was completely changed all my perspective towards this kind of presentations. First, because I had never had this kind of job inside where I work. So I believe it was not just helping me preparing this kind of material, but getting focused and how do I say that, things I can't say. I think that was the principal part. Like, oh man, try to speak that way, not that way. Use that kind of language, not that kind of. So I believe that was great, and thanks to that, everything was amazing. They loved the presentation, so I'm just grateful for that.
Okay. I remember I told you that during these classes I would ask you completely basic questions, and I needed to go deep and deeper into details because I'm not a master in what you do, right? I know what you do because we talk a lot about your job, your routine, and so I have a decent perception of what you do at work. But during the presentations, I remember I asked you lots of why, but what happens if this, or what happens if you did that, or if this number was different, what would be the consequence and stuff like that. So going into so many detailed questions and forcing you as a student to explain and find ways to explain me what I was asking, how much self-confidence did it bring to you when you were in the real meeting?
So I think that were two different parts, or two different things. The first one was like really knowing what I was going to say, because even that we work every day and we are always doing the same things, but when someone ask things like from the basics and you need to explain it, you need to revisit your memory and say, okay, let me see if that's the correct way. No, wait a minute, it's here, not there. And so that's the first part. That was the first thing. And the second one is building vocabulary, right? Because we are not used to communicating this kind of language and this business language. So it helped a lot, like, how do I say that word? Or that word, I don't know how to say it. And you try to create different ways to explain using your own vocabulary, so that's good.
Okay. I was asking you, why would you recommend someone to take customized corporate English classes?
Okay. So, like build vocabulary, I believe would be the first step, I could sense that, when we moved from basic English class to corporate, a lot of different words and different phrases that you're not used to, so it helps a lot. And confidence, because when we speak about corporate life, you're not just training or studying for yourself. You're going to present yourself in front of a lot of people, big presentations, sometimes will be the chance of your life and you can screw, right? So you need to be ready. I think if you are inside the corporate world and you feel that English is being, is putting you down, I really believe that it's a good way to start, start having corporate class, and not just corporate, but custom class where you can, introduce your own routine inside the classes. As an example of that, everything we talked about corporate and business and conversation is about what I do. We take examples inside where I work, so it helps a lot because you already have some knowledge, and you're gonna just bring the English inside your life. It's much easier.
Fantastic, man. Appreciate for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
I hope whoever watches this video learns something and feel motivated to keep studying and keep studying the right stuff, right? Not just studying stuff.
Right.
Gotta study the right stuff.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. Have a great evening. Be safe. Wear masks. Don't go to parties.
I'm not going.
It's safe. It's not guaranteed. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Guaranteed, but you know,
but
we
I'm
got.
doing my part.
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Yeah, that's
Man,
right.
take care, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.